All right, everyone, welcome back to part 2 of a 2-part episode. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
What's one of the mistakes you've made in business? How have you learned from it?
I think I'm going to phrase it as a lesson. One is how important my administrative staff. I knew it was important, but I think the mistakes is I didn't know enough to know who I should be looking for. I didn't know enough to how to work and develop staff.
Build a list and literally track these inquiries and bids and sales. So by source, number one, because you're not going to waste your money in marketing. If it's not working, stop spending money. Number two, at the end of the month, you can see exactly what's working, what's not working. And then as you're tracking and as you're getting all this information from people that want information from you, take their information and start building more of your list. So that's a great way to continue to build your list. We all make so many mistakes. It just depends on how fast we can learn from them, pivot, and get better from them. So, I'm
Absolutely.
sure after the first one or two scheduling mistakes, you found a better system and way to do it that way. And
exactly. I don't know. I don't think of mistakes very often as like mistakes. They're definitely just an opportunity to learn and grow.
That's right. That's why my mind has to be all automated. So like when people schedule for the show, it's all automated and it's synced with my Google Calendar. So it knows when I'm free. So
it's so smart. Yeah.
Because I would miss things left and right if I was doing it manually. So, in my personal story, when I was starting New Clean, my cleaning company, I was also working part-time quite a bit for my family business. And that was, I was comfortable. I wasn't, living right. I wasn't living the lap of luxury by any means, but I was paying my bills, nothing fantastic going on. But what happened is that family business went away and that cow got pushed off a cliff. And now I had to realize, okay, I've got to jump full feet into this business or I'm going to starve. And that's what helped push me to go further and to grow the business.
I'll give you a secret to our success. First of all, the secret is always people. It's who you hire, how you train, how you recruit, how you motivate, how you retain. That's number one. And I think it's number one for every business, but I know it's number one here. And then beyond that, we've had so much success involving ourselves in our communities and being a community partner and trying to lead a little bit in our communities and make sure that people see us out there. And those things have paid dividends to us, people and community.
What's some of maybe your best advice you'd give the audience about business based upon your experience?
Surround yourself with good people.
Okay.
You just cannot underestimate good people. And what I've found is when you find the good ones, they're worth paying double the average person because they just get things done. And I've always looked for and admired the people that are problem solvers. And so I try to surround myself with people that if they come to me with a problem, they also come to me with a couple of suggestions on how to solve the problem. Because people that can tell me problems are a dime a dozen. We can all find problems, but it's the problem solvers that are the people that have real value. So
I love it.
There's my advice. Surround yourself with good people.
Yeah, that's key. That is huge. People need to understand that, business ownership is great and it's rewarding, but at the same time, like it's not this land of butterflies and rainbows that people from the outside looking into make it out to be sometimes. So
well, and if I could add to that as well, a lot of people don't understand that a business owner's goal is growth. And so a lot of times you expect, hey, I'm going to be owning the business and getting a bigger chunk because I'm not a salesman or the CFO or whatever is the owner. But what you don't understand is the money you bring in, a lot of the times you're investing back into growth. And so a lot of times the owners aren't making a good amount of money. They're
Exactly.
investing it back into their staff, into software, et cetera, to grow that business. And the payday happens when they sell the business. and a lot of times, and most times, that's way down the road. And so, like I said, again, it's a long-term play.
That's right. And there's times that your wife is saying, hey, we need to get paid one of these days. So let's make that happen. The Idaho Business Podcast is sponsored by Dell's Outdoor Advertising. These guys are an institution when it comes to billboard advertising, traditionally or digital billboard advertising. They are represented from Pocatello all the way to Blackfoot, and they will tell you this is a great way, and I will tell you this is a great way to have top of mind awareness for your clients, your potential clients. There are some great things that still can be accomplished from billboards, even though we're in the Facebook and social media marketing, realms of the world right now. So if you contact Rob and you set up a 3-month deal to be on the billboard, he'll give you your installation for free, or your first month for free. Excuse me. And again, you can go to idahobusinesspodcast.com, click on their logo, their name, and find their information to get that deal rolling for yourself. And they are fantastic at it. So go see them today. If you're positive, it attracts more positivity. If you're fearing and you have anger and doubt, that attracts those similar feelings and similar traits to attack you. And I'm a huge component of all this. So when disappointment hits, don't get down. Like they've said in the past, if it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes worrying about it. I'm not talking about either side. I'm just saying, I think as a whole, the negativity in our country has gone through the roof than where it was before. And I've noticed even on our Facebook ads, Facebook job postings, stuff like that, you have more haters now than ever. And I almost have to laugh at them because our job postings are very light. It says this job opportunity is not for you if, you don't have a car, ... that runs. If you kick puppies, stuff like that, just making light. And obviously we're writing it towards those who would be a core value match for us. But we get people, you guys are haters. You guys, this sounds like the worst company to work for. And at first I'm like, geez, like this is pretty harsh. I don't understand why people would take that way. And I started to think, wait a minute, the people that are like us, that are core value matches, are laughing at this and they're loving it and they're applying. And we're getting good applicants because of it. The people that are being haters and letting us know they're haters through their comments, they're raising their hand saying, hey, I am not a fit. I am not a fit for your company. Obviously I'm not. So don't pick me. This is not something that I'm interested in. And that's exactly what a core value written ad, core value written job post is supposed to be like. And I love it now. And those who are thinking, oh, I can't say anything that's going to offend you or anything that's going to be, to stand up for who I am, you're wrong. In advertising and PR class, they always said, if you don't feel a little bit nervous or apprehensive about an ad, it's probably not going to work. We all buy products for our companies, and we all buy different services for our companies. And I'm telling you, cheap is never the way to go. There's a reason why it's cheap, and it's the reason why it is what it is. Because if you spend just a little bit more money on that product, it's going to last a little longer. You spend a little bit more money on that service or that virtual assistant or even that employee. That it's just going to treat you better in the long run. It's not always the case, though. I will tell you that. Sometimes you can pay people. Take an employee, for example. You can pay them well. You feel like you're paying them well, and they don't ever see it that way, and they're always complaining about it, and they end up leaving you high and dry. So I don't want to be heard as the guy saying, "Oh, pay your employees more, and they'll stay and they'll be better employees." No, that's not the case.
So in your mind, you got to think, am I talking to someone and am I explaining them, how I solve things, or am I just dumping problems? Number one, you don't want to dump problems anyways, because you're giving your superior an excuse not to give you a raise. Because if you come in with him with problems with no solutions, why does he need you? Like, he can easily just solve the problems and eliminate this dumpster fire that's happening every day or every week. So what you got to think of, what state are you in? Are you waking up thinking, gosh dang it, it's another freaking day on this planet, We've talked about this before. I can't remember, I probably say a different number every time, but there's a significant thousands of people every day that don't wake up that morning. And I guarantee you, if you would have told this person, even if one of those people were very negative and they didn't wake up that following morning, if you told them, hey, I'll give you $1 million, but you can't wake up the next morning, they're not taking that money. So even though they think, man, their life is bad or sucks or something that they're going through sucks, still, they'd much rather be alive.
What's one of the biggest, I sometimes say mistake, but you can call it learning experience. We all have them. What's one of the biggest experiences you've had in your business?
I'd say the constant reminder that I need to stay flexible. Things are constantly shifting and evolving, not just with my clients, but also with our business internally. So it's always staying kind of adaptive and being able to switch gears and follow the markets as they shift and evolve. So I'd say that's probably the biggest one, is always being open to changes.
Sure. Never kind of circle yourself in a small little comfort zone, because marketing it's a fickle one sometimes. You gotta know everyone's pains and how to position them. So
congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.